Hi, my name is Esmeralda and I am from the Asante Library in the Maricopa County Library District. Welcome to Maker Fun! For today's program, we will embrace our creativity and explore a hands-on project that you can try at home. Today, we will be exploring potential energy and wind-up mechanisms as we create a wind-up car with materials you can find at home. Potential energy is the stored energy an object has because of its position or state. A bicycle on top of a hill, a book held over your head, and a stretched spring all have potential energy. Did you know that the Maricopa County Library District has many free resources for kids to assist in learning, homework, and projects? One of those resources is Gale Elementary. By typing potential energy in the search bar, I was able to find a great video titled Exploring Potential Energy that I would like to show you next.
You decide. Does this container have kinetic energy? No, it's not moving, and therefore it has no kinetic energy. But it does have the potential to move if dropped. Potential energy is the energy an object has due to its position or its shape. Sometimes potential energy is described as stored energy or energy ready to be used. This roller coaster is nearly motionless, but it has lots of potential energy because it's positioned at the top of the track and will soon lunge downward. Similarly, this stretched rubber band has potential energy, as does this compressed spring. Let's now take a look at some of the different forms of energy.
I got the idea for this project in the book Smithsonian STEM Lab by Jack Challoner. The project will take approximately 30 minutes and is considered medium in difficulty. You will need several materials to make the wind-up car. You will need an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, cardboard, paint and a paintbrush, a garden stake or a wooden skewer, a ruler, adhesive putty, scissors, a pencil, glue, 4 bottle caps, and double-sided tape. Using a ruler, you're going to draw a rectangle that is 6 inches long and 3 inches wide on a cardboard. Use a ruler to make sure that your lines are straight. Double check that your rectangle is 6 inches long and also that it is 3 inches wide. With the scissors, carefully cut out the rectangle that you drew. This is going to be the chassis or the main frame of the car. And at one end of your chassis, you're going to draw 2 dots, each 3/4 of an inch in from the end and from the side. And then you're going to draw a line that passes through the dots. Then you're going to draw 2 lines 2 inches long at right angles from the vertical line you just drew, each one starting at one of the dots. Using scissors, you're going to carefully cut along the middle of the vertical line, just this middle part, and then down the 2 lines that you just drew. You may need to use something sharp to get the cutting started, so make sure that you ask an adult to help you with this step. When you are using something sharp, always make sure that you cut away from your body. Once you are finished cutting, bend the part that was not cut to create a flap. Now you're going to draw 2 more lines that are parallel to the first one. One will be about 1/2 inch from the other end of the chassis. The other one is going to be 2 3/4 inch from the end. Make 2 dots 3/4 inch from each end of the line nearest the end. And then you're going to draw 2 smooth curved lines from each dot to the other end. Grab some scissors and cut along the curves, making sure to stop at that line. And then you're going to paint the chassis. I'm going to be using purple paint, but you can choose whatever color you like. Make sure to set it aside to dry and give it enough time to dry completely. On a separate piece of paper, you're going to draw 2 lines. One that is 1 1/4 inch from one of the long sides of the paper, and one that is 2 1/2 inches in from one of the long sides of the paper. Let's start with the first line that is 1 1/4 inch in from one of the long sides of the paper. Now let's draw the other line that is 2 1/2 inches in from one of the long sides of the paper. Cut along the 2 lines to make 2 long strips. These will be used to make the mainspring. Use a small strip of double-sided tape to join the 2 pieces of paper together into one long piece. Take the rest of the sheet of paper and roll it lengthwise around the garden stake or the wooden skewer to make a tube. Don't roll the paper too tightly, as your car's axles will need to turn inside it. Make sure to secure the tube with double-sided tape. The double-sided tape will allow you to seal the paper's top edge onto the tube. Draw lines on the tube at distances of 3/4, 1 1/2, and 5 inches from one end. These pieces will be your bearings. Cut the tube along the lines you just drew. You should end up with 2 pieces that are 1/2 inch long and 1 piece that is 1 1/2 inches long. Don't need the rest of the paper tube, so you can recycle it. Paper becomes very strong when it is rolled up, so this step may be a little difficult. Carefully cut 2 pieces from the garden stake or wooden skewer Each piece should be 4.5 inches long. If you have trouble cutting it safely or neatly, ask an adult to help. These pieces will be the axles for your car. Next, you're going to use double-sided tape to tape one end of your long strip of paper to the middle of one of your garden stake axles. And then you're going to coil the paper around the axle. Next, you're going to turn the chassis upside down and push the coiled mainspring through the flap of the cardboard. And then you're going to use double-sided tape to secure it. If you notice that the smaller pieces are really loose, you can tighten them up by carefully removing the pieces that are stuck together and pulling like so, and then wrapping it up again. Next, you're going to turn the chassis over again and slip one short paper tube over each end of the axle, and then glue them in place. Slip the longer paper tube over the other garden axle or wooden skewer and glue that in place near the other end of the chassis. Make sure that the axles are parallel to the ends of the chassis. Leave the glue to dry completely so it's really strong. Use the pencil to make a small hole in the center of each of the 4 bottle caps. Use adhesive putty to protect the table and your fingers. Repeat this step with the 3 remaining bottle caps. Push the bottle caps over the ends of the axle to give your car wheels. If they are loose, secure them with adhesive putty or with glue. I do have a few tips that I would like to share. If you have wobbly wheels, what you can do is you can use some adhesive putty on the outside of the wheel and maybe some inside of the wheel. Another thing that I would like to mention is that when you are wrapping the mainspring to the bottom of the chassis, make sure you don't wrap it up too tightly. Make sure you leave it loose enough so that when you pull back, it's able to travel. Another thing that I would like to point out is something I don't think I mentioned during the instructions earlier in the video, and that is that you have to make sure to put some double-sided tape right here and attach the end of the mainspring right here on the cardboard. Let's explore now how it works. Mainsprings are long coiled strips of springy material that store energy as they are tightened. In this case, the coiled paper is the mainspring in the wind-up car. Remember that potential energy is stored energy, ready to make things happen. And kinetic energy is the energy objects have when they move. As you pull the car backwards, the turning wheels coil the mainspring tightly, storing energy. When you let go, the spring uncoils and the potential energy becomes kinetic energy, causing the car to move. Did you know that potential energy could be found in cars? Most cars use the chemical potential energy stored in gasoline to move. Not all cars use this type of energy though. Electric cars have powerful batteries that store electrical potential energy. They can be recharged like a smartphone. Thank you so much for joining me today for Maker Fun. Join me next month as we will be exploring supersaturated solutions as we create sugar crystal lollipops.